it is my prayer and hope that this video is going to find you in good health and you're doing fine. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end. So let me know where you're watching this video from, which country, which continent, and so far, how's everything over there? From the Middle East, I'm doing fantastically well. So guys, there are some lies that I want to demystify going forward. And because it was littered into this YouTube street, we were fed with hula baloos left and right, and others could even celebrate that Russia left and Russia headed to Argentina. So those are the fact that we want to check. Demystifying the lies, declassify such kind of stale information, then gives you the original version. You know, as I'm speaking today, or as at now, I believe the naysayers were now so embarrassed with their clickbaits of always pulling up to lies and false information. Perhaps it's a false interpretation going forward, because somebody was seeking an interpretation of I'm going home. You know, the debate was, where is Russia's home? You know, it is of no doubt that Russia's home is in Nyabohanze. And I'm going to explain. Argentina is Russia's parents' home. Basically, where the ladies get married, that's where they make their home. In Nyabohanze, the Ayamarwa and Russia has made a home, so that is their home. Are you there? Where you're born, it's basically your parents' home. You are not part of that family because it is your father and mother who made up that home. So it is your parents' residential home, not your home. Are you there? So this is the interpretation that we are going to delve into more at the progression stages of this video. So guys, if you're coming across this video and YouTube channel for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my little subscriber, may God bless you abundantly for your unwavering support. Without your support, this channel wouldn't be at this pace. So let's get in after. My name is Zach and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, critically, it was about demystifying the false information. Declassify it, then gives you original version. And I started there and telling you that the naysayers who were of a different opinion, who were of a different false narrative itself, then at this moment, they might be so embarrassed. Perhaps in their nature, they always never get embarrassed because they seek validation by their gullible audience who always consume such kind of stale information they're putting forth. False. So guys, I just want to start straight away, lest we forget. If you look at JT Podcast thumbnail, and if you read the title, that is Russia. First, you see over there. And again, at that moment, Russia was having a toothache that Russia was sharing with people, and she sought for medication. Therefore, the discussion therein, or the statement and the phrases that Russia used, it is what was being misinterpreted by the naysayers. More so, the AMQAROL turned a keyboard reactor at JT Podcast comment section, and JT Podcast, it's upscaling the reaction that laced with lies. If you read the title, because the title is what my focus was on, then I will go back into the comment section and the content. Wrapping them together, it will form the basis of this deliberation. Then I will declassify the information, then I will give you the original version. What is it? So at this moment, JT put it up and wrote, Ayamarwa's Father Day celebration. There's a stroke. Then he said, Russia fly to Argentina. Up to now, I'm still wondering which flight did Russia use to Argentina. I'm still waiting for Russia to actually land in Buenos Aires. I haven't seen. So the last time I only saw Rochelle yesterday landed in Migori County, headed to Nyaboanze, her home. Are you there? So simply means the title that is used here, it's either clickbaiting, less with their narrative that never making sense, and people are buying it. People were buying it big time. It did not stop from there because JT Podcast also moved ahead by narrating in his video, which we are going to see after this kind of information. It was more of lies and it was more of misinterpretation, Galo, because majority of his supporters and subscribers were also buying the same analogy. Perhaps let's dive deep to JT Podcast video for just illustration.
You know, when I say it to her country, when she say it to my country, I don't know why people make it like I look like it's Nyabohanse. Who is Rocio's country, by the way? Hey, okay, let's see.
I saw betadine. This is to rinse my mouth, in case that there is maybe infection or something. Because if my face is swollen, there must be some kind of infection.
Clearly, yeah, I can say it. Your face is swollen. JT. I can say that.
And JT is telling
probably you have.
Rocio was saying that my country. What is Rocio's country? We all know Rocio's country is Argentina. But sometimes when you're married, your country sometimes might have changed because you might acquire, because Kenya is over citizen, encourages the dual citizenship itself. But this was just an information, by the way. I was just informing the public and JT if he show his wish. Another thing, if I restrict myself to the content, in that video, Rocio was saying he was given a betadine or a solution that he will always gargle to wash the teeth, perhaps the teeth that was having infection. And an additional information, Rocio is telling us she also in need of antibiotic, but she is not in her country. So this statement, this kind of a fresh statement, it is what really made JT to dive into conclusion that Rocio is travel home. There is no connection in that facial verbs. When you're given facial verb, two facial verbs, all of it has got its own meaning, unless there is a conjunction anywhere that integrates the two facial verbs or statements. But in the context of that video, Rocio was telling you, or what that kind of statement means is, I was given this solution to wash or to gargle so that it will wash away the infection. But I also need antibiotics, but this is not my country, or I'm not in my country. Simply means Rocio was telling you, perhaps where he is, such kind of medication or antibiotics perhaps it's regulated that he cannot get it. Maybe she needs the doctor's prescriptions. There are other countries that even Panadol itself, antibiotics that are so strong, are regulated. And perhaps anytime you're traveling, such kind of medication itself are not needed for you to go on board with. That could be the one. Number two, it could mean the antibiotics itself is so expensive that even at that point, because you know antibiotics itself, majority of antibiotics are regulated. You cannot go and buy them over the counter. You need the doctor's prescription. Perhaps also in Europe, it was very expensive when it comes to issues dental. Very expensive, damn expensive. Are you there? So simply means it was a comparisons, the comparisons of a contrast and a comparison itself of the two countries. She is in Europe. Perhaps in Rocio's country, the antibiotics itself maybe are not controlled. Maybe as it's controlled, but she could easily access the doctor's prescription, which she could buy. Even where I am, just getting a mere antibiotic itself, you need a doctor's prescription, and the diagnosis itself must confirm the antibiotics that you are supposed to be given. So it's not a walk in the park. If you don't know, get to know the information. That is what Rocio was meaning. It was not Rocio was traveling back to Argentina. So you must get the fact. You must get the fact, guys. You know? You must get the fact. Perhaps let's listen to the other segment of the video because it never stopped from there. JT went ahead in also always spreading lies the
and
way
probably you have an infection, right? And so, before going back to Nyabohanse village and whatever, you have to go get treatment, and that treatment is not possible in Nyabohanse or wherever, not even there in Europe. You have to go get treatment where? In your home country. I have to go and see a doctor. That's what she said. Enough of talking. I mean, today I'm just here to play her clips. So you guys listen to what she say, and how you choose to interpret it is according to you. It's entirely up to you. I interpreted it as she is saying, I'm heading back home to my country to get treatment. So if you guys think that she says she's going home, now home meaning Nyabohanse, I guess you guys, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, listen to this. I know this is the most interesting part. Pay close attention to it.
I have to go to the doctor for this for sure, because probably I need antibiotics. But I'm not in my country.
Perfect. And maybe I will even replay that part. I have to go to the doctor for this for sure. And probably I need antibiotics, but I'm not in my country. I have to go see a doctor for this. And I even need antibiotics, but I'm not in my country. So when she said that, what comes to your mind? Okay, I stand to be corrected. At this moment, I'm not trying to argue too much on my side and say, oh, she said. No, tell me, what do you think? When she says she's not in her country and she need to see a doctor in her country, home, what do you expect? I mean, what comes to your mind? Do you think that is Nyabohanse? For me, I really think she had this all through. Like she had that in mind all through, heading to her country, Argentina. And it's going to take a very long time before returning to that villa. I know eventually.
There's a lot of quackery over there because JT could not understand a simple analogy. The simple phrase that Rocio is just using. That's why sometimes if you come and you take them to school a little bit, then they will come and throw tantrums or they will descend to your manhood. And that is not my business. The only point that I want the sealed into JTPODCAST call so that you get to know, there is nowhere Rocio said that he's going home, that is going to his country. He mentioned he needs antibiotic and he needs also to go home to see a doctor. But it's not in his country. If you connect the two phrases, there is no place Rocio said is going back to his country to see a doctor. Rocio just only said, I was given the solution to wash my teeth so that it avoids infection. I also need antibiotics, but it's quite unfortunate I'm not in my country. So I need to go back home to see a doctor. So the bone of contention is, where is home? I've told you the home, it is Nyabohanse. I've just given you analogy. The home is Nyabohanse. Your parents' home is not your home. That is your parents' home. It's made up of your mother and your father. It becomes a home. Are you there? Your home personally is when you married and you build home with your wife. So you bring up a home. That one remains your home. Get it for a matter of fact. So when Rocio said he's going home, she actually meant in Nyabohanse. Perhaps let's see the thumbnail that Rocio put yesterday when he was coming in Nyabohanse. Whether Rocio said it that she's getting back to his country or she's getting back to home. As you could see this thumbnail over there, what's the title? The title, Rocio wrote it so well that after traveling in Europe, I'm now going back home. I want to ask JT plus his dimwit or minions, where is home for Rocio? Rocio has simply said in her title that after traveling parts of Europe, I'm now headed home. And in that video, Rocio used 2 flights. And at the end, Rocio landed at the Migori airstrip and was picked by Marwa, the husband, and the family headed straight to the villa. And where is the villa situated? Nyabohanze. So where is home? Nyabohanze. So the title itself, as you could see in this video, Rocio meant that he's going home in Nyabohanze. Rocio never said the word that is headed to the country. The word the country itself, Rocio was brought in the word country in that kind of official verb as a comparison of where he is with the antibiotics. I've just told you the antibiotics in most of the countries are regulated. You cannot just be served over the counters. You need to go to a doctor, diagnosis is done, and basically it would have taken time because most of the doctors that deals with the dental, you need to seek an appointment. You can book online an appointment. Sometimes you might be given appointment maybe 2 months later. And the time also was running. So Rocio came back home, and where she's calling home, to seek treatment and see a doctor, which is Nyabohanze, Kenya. It's a simple fact that you cannot run away from. So guys, I just wanted to let you know how these people normally lies. How these people, even yesterday, they took the Rocio's clip that now Rocio cancelled a flight to Argentina. My God. This is how they lies. Their lies are so hard. Their lies are being consumed by the gullible audience. Rather, I call them the reprobative audiences. So gullible of them, if you believe this so. It never stopped from there. One overreactor now turned to a keyboard reactor. That is AMQAROL. Also took it to the comment section. If you could see, this is a comment that I fetched from JTPODCAST comment section. Now AMQAROL came in to brag, to seek validations and relevancy, saying that, guys, I told you that this lady was on the run. You can see it here. AMQAROL, Rocio was on the run to where? Now, what is your statement when now Rocio has landed home? What is your statement when Rocio now has landed in Nyabohanze, where she calls home? Would you want to take away your statement? Or you just want to maintain it and continue lying in the face of everybody? So guys, this is a clear indication that majority of them don't know how to do it. It's either they don't know how to analyze, it's either they don't know what they're saying, or they really know what they're saying, but it's because of reaction, and to the detriment of this family, it's what they care most. Therefore, the family must receive an onslaught, ever sustained to paint them otherwise. Are you there? So it's a clear indication that most of the time, they've wanted the amorous downfall, that Rocio one time will move away from the villa. Now, I'm asking you, and furthermore, Argentina is Rocio's country. She can decide to visit anytime she wants. And I believe Amaro would not even prevent Rocio to move there, because these are a couple, so long as when they agree, they can visit over there several times. It's Amaro's in-laws' place. Nyabohanze is Amaro's home. And the Villa Medellin there, it's Rocio's home and Amaro's home altogether. These people are husband and wife, whether you Kethni or Ndekni. And that is a fact. So this kind of information itself is declassified. And this is a clear indication that majority of the negative sayers and negative reactors themselves, they critically don't know what else they say. It's either they rush with emotions for views, or they just simply want to put a statement there to generate money because at the end, it's the most dollar. That's what they're looking for. So guys, let me know your thought on the comment section. Until next time, this is Media.